So welcome to our virtual vintage Zoom series. Our first one we called Show and Tell, and then we switched it to virtual vintage. So if you've missed any of them, you could go to our YouTube channel and catch all of the beautiful sets that we've shared over the past. I think this is our 4th or 5th one. So the first thing we are going to be doing is a video from Gregg. So I'm actually going to share my screen again. And once it starts playing, if you don't see the video, please let me know.
I'm Gregg Swain, and I want to show you one of the cute lower end plastic sets that still doesn't stint on design. So the set came in this box, and there were 4 drawers that were completely full inside the box. In the back, you will see that there were wooden racks, and back you will see.
I'm just trying to make it smaller.
There were wooden racks, and here's one of the wooden racks, and it's got an E for East, so it's very obvious who was East at any one point. Here are the counters, a way of keeping score, and after every game, the counters would be exchanged. Here are the dragons. But I wanted you to see that this is a 2-tone set. So even though it's plastic, it's 2-tone, and it looks pretty darling. There's the 1 BAM, and I love the design on the 6 and the 9 dots. It's very unusual. Then we have the flower tiles, and then the 1 dot actually looks to me a little bit like op art, and if you look at it long enough, you might get really dizzy. So I thought you'd enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gregg.
Yeah, so that's a cheap end Gibson set.
Yes, thank you, Gregg.
Super cute.
It doesn't look plastic. It doesn't look plastic.
It's just
Yeah,
darling.
It's polystyrene, and it's hollow in the middle. You can separate the back and the front, and yeah, they're very lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
When was it? So were they made for traveling then?
Maybe.
Just a cheap end set, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're it's sort of 60s, 70s.
Where did you find it?
I got it at auction, but I get a lot of things at auction, or I used to. There's not anyway. Yeah.
Up there in the New York area?
I'd have to look at the auction label, and I think I made that video about a year ago or something.
Thank you. We have your video saved. I think we're running out. I think we have 2 more.
I don't recall seeing it in Vermont.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then here we have, we'll introduce Theresa Bounassi. And am I pronouncing it right, Theresa?
They're a cat or no?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know my name by now? Come on.
I know. So before, we're going to let the cat out of the bag.
You have to stop sharing the screen. You have to stop sharing the screen to do that. Oh, no?
Okay.
Why?
So a lot of you might wonder if you have to be dressed up and everything for our Zoom talks. So we're letting you know, if you saw the lawyer cat, this is our reference to lawyer.
Meow, meow, meow.
Have fun when we can.
That's so funny. No, because a lot of people say I didn't come because I didn't put makeup on. I didn't put on because, you know, my hair wasn't right or whatever. So, you know, you don't have to share your video. You could do something like this, which is a snap camera.
Or just a picture. And by the way, I'm a Mahjong player. I am not a cat.
I'm a cat.
Okay. So that was our fun joke for a second. Okay. So now we will now we will share our screen and go back.
Okay, I'll come as Lady Elaine, and we can continue the Mr. Rogers theme, since this is the Mahjong neighborhood.
Okay. Okay, Theresa, back to you.
Oh, so this is a Golconda cards reboot. They were original many years ago, and some Italian company decided to redo it, and they only did 1,000. And I happened to pawn this one that had the plastic was still wrapped around the box, but it was a broken seal. So I was able to open it and take pictures of the cards. They've never been used. They're signed. but it's a reproduction from Italian company from when these Golconda cards were made out of Germany. They're playing cards kind of like when Mahjong originated, to be playing cards before they were tiles. So but it's a remake of the German brand Golconda. But these are Italian made.
Cardboard.
Oh, spooky.
They
look at Tony. What does Tony got?
Tony of course has it. I'm sure a bunch of people have it, but Tony's is yours still wrapped up, never used?
This is the original Golconda.
Original.
Wow.
Yeah, and
can you hold it up higher?
Completely virgin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Theresa, how did you know it was a reboot?
Because of the verbiage on the back of the box.
Okay.
Yeah, and the black outside.
Yes. Yeah, and the cards, I think the DRGM is different, I think, on the bottom of the Italian ones versus the German ones.
Yeah. I'm just gonna open up these.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
they're made out of playing cards. So Jeanette asked, it's just like playing cards. It's like a deck of cards.
Yeah, like
but
cardstock.
Cardstock, right.
Gotcha.
They're beautiful.
That's them.
But they're little.
Right.
Oh yeah. They are little. They're small. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could hold, a dozen in your hand without any issues.
Right. They're beautiful.
Actually, it's interesting. I got a set, not that brand, but a different, and it came with little wood racks that had a elastic cord that went around them that held the cards in.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, it was very cute.
Okay.
So Theresa, this is your wind indicators.
Yes, I thought I'd do some ephemera. So I have a box of wind indicators that catch my eye, and I just like to keep them in a box and look at them. So these are all, most of them are Bakelite, and a lot of them are swirl, and I really do love the caramel ones in particular because they remind me of candy. And then there's one that is a horn bone with a bone indicator. That one right there. Yep. But the rest of them are swirled Bakelite, and they're just unique. And some of them are round, and some of them are hexagonal, and some have English letters for north, east, south, and west, and some others have numbers, and some have the Chinese symbols for north, south, and east and west. But they're all unique, and they're just fun.
Did they
so if you play with the betters
on it later in life, or is it only certain manufacturers? I don't know.
I get these through vintage sets, and some are with bone and bamboo, and some are with the Bakelite ones. The newer ones are plastic.
Yeah.
But almost all sets come with a better's wheel. Yeah, it's Sally asks, what is a wind indicator? It's if you play with 5, then the 5th person goes and bets on who they want to put their money on, and the bettor pays the same as the person they bet. So if you bet on, like I bet on Dara to win, but Donna won, I have to pay what Dara pays because Donna won. But if Dara wins, then I get exactly what everyone else has to pay Dara.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then speaking of newer ones, since all of our stuff is free, we just do it for fun and connecting. We figured we have a little ad for our east wind indicator. This is actually a different version of an indicator. This is so we all forget who's east. You take a break when we're actually playing in person. You take a break and go have lunch, and then you come back and say, whose turn is it? So here's east, and then we also have them custom, which is a nice gift.
Mm-hmm.
That's very nice.
I can attest to that. I have them, and they do wonderful work.
Thank you. And this is a set that Theresa was lovely enough to share with us that I have never seen.
So the 2 sets I've shared this month have a theme, and it's because it's Women's Heart Health February. I know it's past Valentine's Day, but I thought I'd share red sets. So this one is a Mono Bridge red Bakelite set. It has 152 tiles. It was sold with more, but this one is missing some flowers. But it's very unique. It's this rusty red sanguine color. And the blue, there's blues in there, and the green is a very celery green. And some of the colors turned pink, I think because of the red Bakelite leached into it, but it was yellow originally, see on the 8 dots. And then the red dragon is very pink color. But I love the winds because it shows the 4 occupations, and then the flowers have this gorgeous sun that's red. I mean, that's blue. So
Beautiful.
you might not see it, but and then the bird is the hatched peacock, and the feet are blue in the in coloring. And I've
Very
paired it with Darren Donna's black and red lotus dice because it just shows off beautifully together. And then the original owner used that fabulous medical tape to indicate who was who on the racks. So I just left it because not only did I not want to deal with cleaning it, but I thought, it's kind of sweet. I got the history from the daughter who inherited it. And I just wanted to have that memory of her mother, because she said she just played for years and years and years with her friends, and they have all now passed away, but they played on this set. So I wanted to keep a little homage to her.
I love the yellow racks.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. They're like a nice camel swirl. Yeah. And that wind indicator came with it.
Very pretty.
Greg said, I think that color is the rarest. Yep.
And then this one is a red 2-tone ivory craft. The top is, and Tony can correct me, but I believe the top is Bakelite and the bottom is casein, red casein. And it's from, I believe, the 1930s. And it just really is this spectacular red. And I love ivory craft, no matter what type of ivory craft tile it is, because it's heat impressed. So the paint is almost always in very superior condition, and it has great lines for their images. So they always have the 4 flower tiles are flora, Chinese flora, and then the soap has the P. Which makes it nice, because I remember soap has a P at the end. So, and then I paired it with red Bakelite racks. This originally came with wood racks, but I just thought the cherry red Bakelite racks just really showed off the yellow Bakelite. So I switched them out.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Really pretty.
And now we are on, thank you, Theresa. Oh, wait.
You're welcome.
So how about, Jeanette was asking the connection of the 2 colors. Jeanette.
Yeah, and then I later saw other pictures, so I saw how it came together. I've seen some of those that are dovetailed, and I was just curious.
These are just glued together, because rarely they might. I haven't had it come apart on an ivory craft, but I have seen it come apart on a different 2-tone set.
Really,
and it just looks like it's glued together, and I just re-glue it with Elmer's glue. But I've never had a problem with ivory craft in the past.
Yeah, I have a red wafer back, and the red keeps coming off, and I just glue them.
Yeah.
And that first set you showed, the green dragons were unusual.
Yeah, it's the I think it's just a Chinese symbol for green, just like the ivory craft one, but the celery green is really unusual. That just the colors on there are very different.
Where do y'all find your sets? I don't ever find anything unusual in the Dallas area.
Oh, I'm always hunting, so I just everywhere.
If you travel, go look, and
Yeah, I do see stuff on eBay, but unusual, really unusual. I've not come across anything yet.
And then Toby, actually, it's actually a perfect timing for Toby to speak on this. I know in Toby and Greg's book, they were talking about finding sets, and Toby had advice about if you do find an unusual set, sometimes it's very hard to complete.
Yeah.
I think that's really true. I probably have, I don't know how many sets I have that I could pretty much guarantee I'll never find more tiles to play American style. So if I played Asian style, I'd be fine, but with American, it's not going to happen. I just have to appreciate them, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to learn Chinese.
Right.
Well, I do play once in a while. But I'm very, I play the chicken hands. I'm not that great. Although the last time I played with Richard Yep, I won 3 times. I was very impressed with myself. Well,
Yeah,
this
tell us
set-
about this set.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, tell us about this set.
Yeah, so this set, it looks a little blurry, unfortunately. I don't know, you know, I'm not the best photographer here, clearly. But it's a Chinese Bakelite set with a wafer back, and the wafer back is pretty thin, but it's a wonderful amber orange. And mostly, of course, I was thinking of Barney Galacio when I wanted to post this. And I don't have the extra tiles. And it's true with wafer backs that they will often pop apart. And it's really exciting when you have a wafer back that doesn't pop apart and you have the extra tiles for American style. It's very rare. I mean, I think typically they go for a fair amount of money, but I just like the orange on this one. And I just really like this set very much. And it's kind of a simple, but the wands are the complex, which is nice. And, you know, the white dragon, which is very common to have nothing on it in bone and bamboo. Here it is, it's blank on the Chinese Bakelite. I probably need Christine or Dee Dee to carve it. but it's very smooth and beautifully clean, and I just really like this set, so I thought I would show it. And it's in one of those zip, you know, kind of fake leather zip around boxes. You know, nothing fancy about it. Yeah. And this one I did because of Theresa. So Theresa and I were sort of having a little flurry of back and forth, and she was saying she was going to show red. So I said, okay. So I showed this red wafer back, and it's pretty gorgeous in person. And this is one of the things I talk about with my students. You know, if you play American style, you do not want this set typically. It has no numbers, it has no letters, it has, it has no tiles for jokers, but it's really chunky and solid and beautifully carved. And, you know, the cracks again are complex. The bamboo are very simple, pretty simple, you know.
It's so interesting, Toby. I haven't seen the winds without anything but just the character.
Yeah, there's nothing. So you really have to know from the upper left that you've got north, east, west, south, etc. You know, you've got to know your tiles or your numbers, you know, like the second row of the cracks, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So, you know, if you don't know your characters, you're a goner, you know, it won't work. But I have to say, in person, this red is like 50s cherry red yummy lipstick. It's divine. It really is great. And again, it's in a kind of, you know, those old sort of very leather, not in good shape boxes that, you know, they're nothing special about the box particularly, but the set feels really great. And this is a great example of you never know what you'll find. I bought this, I mean, I'll tell you, I bought it for $45 at some Craigslist thing in San Francisco. And I didn't bargain or anything. I just paid $45 and here's the set. I mean, it's really beautiful.
Well, what people who don't collect have to understand, it's very hard to match. If they're trying to get very hard to match red and green.
Absolutely. I've sent these tiles to Stanley Chris, Johnny Levine. I've sent them to Catherine Hartman. I've sent them to, I mean, probably anybody you could possibly name, but if anybody has thoughts for me, but everybody laughs at me and they go, good luck with this one, honey. Or, aha, if I never see these again, it'll be too soon. Or, yeah, no, this isn't going to happen, you know, one after another. So, you know, I just hold on to it and love it.
Thank you, Tony. So Tony answered Jeanette's question. The coins are made of polycitrine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing
Polystyrene.
polystyrene.
They're not Bakelite, so.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Those ones might be.
They might be, right? I don't know.
They might be casein.
Oh, okay.
Very often, oh yeah, looking closer, yeah, these are casein ones.
Mhm.
What are they made out of?
Casein.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a milk
right,
product.
A milk-based plastic. We
Yeah.
we always say casein,
right.
so that might be throwing some people off. I
Yeah,
don't know.
oh, yeah. Casein, casein.
It's called We're on the Other Side of the pond.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tomato.
So I have an obsession, a penchant, a hoarding with triple layer.
Mhm.
And one of my big problems, and it is a problem, is that I keep trying to find tiles that match. And even if you measure and you get it, and it's a hair off, you can see it, you can feel it, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So most of these are not playable for American style,
Mhm.
but I was looking up, they're made out of lucite. And I was looking up lucite, which was really invented in 1930s by DuPont. There were two companies that were making this. And what was interesting is that these, if you go to the triple layer, if you go to the part of this that you could see the side of the tile,
Yeah,
can you, is it possible to move it a bit and see
Right.
the side?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to focus on. Okay, so you see that middle layer that's clear. One of the things that's pretty remarkable about this is that lucite is unbelievably durable. It's made like the windshield of airplanes, and it doesn't crack or bubble. It's bulletproof. I was really learning a lot when I was researching this. And there was a lot of competition to make lucite, and jewelry is made out of it, very expensive. And they were talking about how you know that it's vintage and you won't see seams and blah, blah, blah. Went on for days. But this is a beautiful in person. It's a peach color. And the peach is just kind of like, it is not pink. And I've never seen anything kind of like this. And again, not for American play. There are no numbers, no letters, no jokers, but I love the chunkiness. I love how you can just slam it on the table, you know. It's got this feel to it that's really different from everything else. And to me, when you do play with one of these sets, it just feels, I just love the feeling of it. I really do. It's just great.
I have a
So-
few, but
And these are hand carved, by
does
the way.
lucite ever yellow? Because I have a few, but never yellow. Right? That's-
No, lucite does not yellow.
No.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of these. I've got a bit of a penchant for them as well. And
Oh my
I
God,
feel-
maybe you can help me, Tony. We're gonna be in touch.
I don't have
The
any
tri-layers,
spares. I don't have any spares. And,
There we go.
Gail
the
Freeland-
tri-layers are one of my favorite
well.
sets too.
I just love them. And some people have no interest whatsoever. You know, they're not the you know, the richness of the Chinese Bakelite
No,
by any means.
I
They're
think
they're really a different breed. You just have to love them or not, you know.
These are highly
Yeah.
underrated. In my opinion,
What was
I
that?
love them.
Highly underrated.
Underrated. I just love them. One of the things I love about them, and you'll see this in the next photo, if we go to the next, is that the colors that these come in is really varied. And I did this on purpose because you would think that I could go, oh, they're pink, great, they'll match. Forget it. I don't know how many pink sets I have. I mean, honestly, I bet you I've got 6 or whatever, 7, and none of them match each other. None of them can be, you know, broken apart to match another. And you could see on the far right the peach one, and then you could see on the left 3 of the pink ones. But I also wanted to show you by the side. And the reason why I did that is because the size of it, both the depth and the height and the width, can vary pretty dramatically, even though they're all pretty chunky. But you can even see that the layer, the clear layer in the middle varies. So for instance, one set that I had, I don't have it anymore, I sold it, but I matched the tiles, which was a kind of a major miracle. And the middle on the 4 that I got were kind of cloudy. It was a different material, and the rest of the set was all clear. But when you were playing, you couldn't see what those 4 tiles were. So it was a it was a perfect match, except for the cloudiness in the middle layer.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to be very forgiving if you want to play American style with these sets. You have to have a little bit of compassion.
Toby, you might want to reach out to Paul. He said his last set he got had 200 tiles, so you never know. Maybe we can make a match.
Ooh, Paul, my new best friend. You never know, right? This one is a newer set, and it's magenta, and it's crazy large,
Wow.
just gigantic. I mean, these are what I think of as slammers. You know, you could just rock this to the table and nothing happens to them. I've never had anything chip or damage. One thing that's a little bit crude on this one is the numbers. I think that they were added later. I mean, they're black and they're a little clunky, and they're, you know, definitely hand done, and they're just, there's nothing refined about them. They're just not, you know. But I really love the almost garishness of the magenta. You know, it's just so
It's great.
so out there, you know.
Are the numbers carved, or they're just painted?
They're actually, I think they're carved on this, but badly, really badly.
Crooked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And they didn't bother on the dragons to put anything, which I think was a good move, really good move. They probably should have done that with everything but the cracks. You know, you didn't need any of the rest, or maybe the wins. But it's kind of a fun, you know, these are fun sets. You know, you kind of can't be sad and play with a triple layer, you know. So and here's another one. It's green, and what I'm mostly showing here is how different these sets can be from each other. And this green one is just that kind of, you know, forest green, and it's a big one again. This one was kind of interesting to me because it was my friend's mom's, who's from the Philippines, and so when her, you know, his mother died, he gave me a few of her sets, and you know, they played every day for, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and they're in perfect condition. I mean, they look like they could be brand new. They really do.
And I think some of the one, I know my mother-in-law has a green set, and her paint on hers turned golden, like a yellowish color over the.
Really? Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. And then I think I have one more.
Yep.
Is there one more?
Hold on one second.
I think that's swimming pool blue. Yeah.
That's
So this one I bought because it looks like, you know, when I was a kid, I grew up with Mahjong, and my grandma and my aunts and everybody played, and they would play around the swimming, you know, the not that we had a swimming pool, but there was, you know, at the you know, the neighborhood one swimming pool that everybody went to. And the color of this is just like a swimming pool. It's the most wonderful turquoise. It's really vibrant and fun. And you know, I didn't really buy these thinking I would be able to play, because on the ones I'm showing you today, I don't have the matches. But I just thought that they were kind of really great to see all the differences in the colors. So, and I think in this swimming pool blue one, I'm pretty sure the middle layer is a little bit cloudy. And that's kind of interesting to see too. And it was deliberate, you know, they could really control the lucite to do anything they want. So I find that
I
kind
went
of
to show you this color. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Isn't that pretty? But I don't know what's
Yeah,
color.
like periwinkle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, periwinkle.
Beautiful.
But I was
Yeah.
going to show people this is a green one, but you could see the difference
Oh yeah.
in how
Yeah.
the size and the, you know, width,
Yeah.
everything. One's much.
And I think, you know, as Tony says, I think a lot of people see these as like cheap,
Yeah.
but I just adore them. I really do. Clearly. So I think that was it.
That was funny.
I think, is that it? I think that's it, right? Of the lucite?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And
then the last one of all is, this is me being a little bit out of the box because I can't help myself. And Theresa and I were again talking about this. I never meant to collect these cards. So these are National Mahjong League cards. And they started in 1937. And the league started with a card that's in front of you to designate what hand you are going, what combination you're going to make in a hand. And the card has changed over the years, and the game has changed over the years, the American style game. And Katie Albert did a phenomenal analysis of the card from like 1937 to I think it was 1994 or something. But the game basically really went through a lot of changes. It used to not have actual jokers, and it used to have flowers that could be a wild card in American Mahjong. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, look at that. I love it. That's fabulous. And so I was just about to say that in 1971, but on the card it says 7071, they finally did 8 jokers and 8 flowers for the first time, and it has never wavered since 1970-71. This is a terrific little synopsis of what it's like.
Yeah.
Because if you like every year I have a thing at the end of March called Shake It Up Sunday, and we play with vintage cards. But we really can't play with these really older cards, because who has 20 flowers in 10 different sets? That
you have to make
the room
a
is
rainbow
full.
set. You have to make a rainbow set out of all your tiles that you just sent. And then you'd have
Yeah, right. That could work, except they're all different sizes.
What I love is a great idea, which I've always wanted to do, but when it's your birthday, on my birthday, I want everyone to play the year I was born.
There we go. Well, I don't know if you can see this, but I have boxes of these puppies. And these are only the ones that came in the sets that I bought. I took them out and put them in order. And of course, I have my Aunt Alice's and my Aunt Rose's and my mom's, and they're all in there too.
Nice.
So yeah, it's kind of wonderful to look at these old cards. And I think one of the most wonderful things of all is that when the league first did it, let me pull this out, they had on the back of it proceeds donated to patriotic and charitable causes on the front. And some of their money was going to support war efforts in the United States. And so it's pretty amazing to see these little snippets of history in our Mahjong community.
Toby, you might know the answer to this. For some reason, it seems, and I forget off the top of my head what year it is, but I think 1952 or 54, there's one year that I always see people say, I can't find that year.
the
Is there
card.
any?
Oh, gosh, Teresa had one year that you couldn't find.
Yeah, I think that was but her year that she couldn't find, a lot of other people were saying that I wonder if maybe that year they didn't make as many cards or something happened with the.
I don't know. Teresa, what was the year? 56 or something?
Teresa got booted out, but I think she got back.
She
up.
got booted out. Okay. Whatever year it was, I didn't have it either.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of cards.
And you were saying how, you keep the ones from the sets you get. So I just got a set recently from an auction, and they had this very quaint little folding case that has the metal clips on the corners, but unfortunately they clip the card to fit it in. So now I have to do a puzzle game, and I have to go through and match all the cards and tape them together.
Oh,
so nothing going anywhere. So I have time to.
I would just send them to Tony and let him do it.
So we've posted this on our Mahjong Community Facebook page, but I don't know if people know, but the National Mahjong League recently donated $1 million towards COVID relief. In addition to, all the money they donate from pre-sale of cards. So they really are very charitable, and they really do donate a lot of money.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I will definitely share that with my group.
Yeah.
We are excited because our donation this year to Alzheimer's will be over $5,000 from all the pre-orders that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And I should say this, but where I live, there's a woman, Alice Shelton. Some of you might know of her, but I buy my cards through her. So I typically buy, maybe 300 or whatever. And Alice, the league puts in there, I think $2 a card. Then Alice matches it. And then she has another friend who matches the $4. And all of that money goes to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank.
Wow.
So it's really exciting that the cards I sell here, I don't make any money, but they really generate a lot of money locally for the food banks.
Yeah, no, when people complain about the cost of the card, we think of it as, a movie is 18 or 16, depending on where you live. The card gives us a whole year of entertainment. So
I think most of us can pay $10 a year.
Right.
So this was a very interesting card that Theresa sent us, and because we asked her to take pictures of very high flower hand cards. So if Theresa was here, she would point out.
I asked her to unmute, but
I'm here.
Okay.
Good.
This one, because we love the flower, the flower.
All 14 flowers. Yeah, that was crazy. That blew my mind when I found it.
Yeah.
And then what's really interesting about the old cards is that there's different scoring depending on if you're East or non-East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now back.
This is the last thing is this is from Katie Albert. Here it is. I don't know if you can see, but she went through every year what each of the rules were for that year. I mean, it's pretty incredible what she did.
Yeah, she did a great review when the new Mahjong Made Easy come out, and she let us share it on Mahjong Community. And she just went through line by line of what they reflected the changes of the rule in their new book. It was great.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Post this replay, we'll share a picture because I saw people taking a picture. We'll share Tom's chart and we'll share the review of the rules.
Yeah. So this is a box that's from a photo from Bill Price. He's not with us. He doesn't stay up as late as Tony. But if Tony wants to jump in, because Tony helped Bill a lot restore some of these boxes.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I've seen it in person, and it's a stunning box.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, to see it up close, the detail on the gold work is fantastic.
And as he said, it wasn't original to the set, but he bought it at an auction in Spain. So, but look at that. I mean, that's just beautiful.
Yeah. And
beautiful.
all this is raised gesso work and gilded. It's fantastic.
Yeah, wait till you see the set. Look at the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You helped him, right?
Notice the white dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the Bai character.
Yep. Yeah. When I saw it, when we sent the pictures, we were like, oh, yeah.
Are those elephants on the bottom of the green dragon? Oh, no, are
Uh,
they
no,
antelope?
no,
Yeah,
I don't know.
antelope.
Yeah.
Antelope.
Antelope.
I
Yeah.
love birds
A
flying over the
deer or a
wing.
Looks
tealin.
like an antelope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The tiles only get better. You gotta see the rest of them. The work in these tiles, amazing.
I wouldn't want to touch them. I would just want to display them. Why would you want to get oil all over these pieces of art?
Oh,
Look
Wow.
at that. Look at the band.
Beautiful.
Look at the, yeah,
Gorgeous.
Wow.
everything about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
the
Some-
8-bams are gorgeous.
Fast for you to
They
drool.
are.
Oh,
Yeah. And the one dot. I mean, just, yeah, every tile is just.
Look at the
What's in the center of the one dot? Oh, it's
a
a person.
Yeah, it's a person, but I don't know if he's juggling or carrying,
yeah, or counting money or juggling.
oh yeah, I don't know.
Or a
counting his
joker.
winnings.
Yeah.
He can be the jester.
But Tony, back to the box. Did you restore the box and repaint?
No, no, that hasn't been touched by me. Uh,
Okay.
I can't remember if I actually
You helped him with the
the-
tiles, he said.
Yeah.
I think I carved the white dragons.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes, okay,
I can't remember.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. They're
Yeah,
paler color. Yeah.
Hmm,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, just beautiful. Yep.
Stunning.
So are you saying that the white dragons were not originally like that?
They were, I think
don't
they were
know what
missing.
happened. I think they were missing.
They were missing, he told us.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh my goodness, what you, they're beautiful.
Mhm. Yep,
Wow.
yep.
Exquisite.
Is-
It's a top-
Tony, is this on the tile set UK, that one? Because I don't remember seeing that.
Which one?
The set.
The
we
one with the,
Michael Stanwix.
oh, that's Michael
Yeah.
Stanwyck. That's right.
You're
Yeah.
right. That's what he said. Yeah.
I'm not sure. What this Vietnamese one?
No, that's okay.
Or Bill's one.
Yeah.
It might well be, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So here's the box from Tony. Yeah.
Hmm.
So we thought this was an appropriate one because we just had the year of the ox begin.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is a typical Vietnamese set. The box is ebonized. I mean, it's a very heavy dark wood, so I don't think it's real ebony, but it is ebonized. And these racks have got all the creatures of the zodiac
Wow.
and the I think the 8 gods of.
The 8 Immortals.
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're really, really nicely carved.
Beautiful.
They're a very interesting construction as well. They're a bone wafer, but it's fixed onto the tile, not with a dovetail, but with a bone peg. Now, if you focus on like that 7 BAM,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can
Oh,
see the
yeah.
little bone peg
Uh-huh. Oh, you're right.
in there.
I see it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Near the
yeah.
red, the red band.
Tony, I have some orphans made like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the
they're
pegs in it.
they're probably from Vietnam. That's
Okay.
the only place I've ever seen this method of construction. And normally these sets are really wildly carved. I mean, they take liberties with the Chinese sinograms,
Mhm.
but these ones are quite muted in that respect. Yeah. Oh, down the bottom there, you can see on the blank tile, the little peg.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting.
Yeah. So
Oh.
and these are these are from the German maker Sala. They have this red seal that you can see in the corner of the box. Yeah. so Sala Spieler, and with Rotsiegel, which is the red seal.
So this
And,
one we thought was
and
appropriate
these
since
are,
it's
these are a
March.
vernacular set, and it's based on German playing cards, which have acorns and different to our hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, and very different characters for the north and for the winds and everything.
Mhm.
You can see apples and acorns and chestnuts.
And that's not COVID?
It looks like COVID, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So Tony, this probably, for some of the winds, it was just the letters, and then were the other winds flowers?
The ones with the small ONSW, that's Ofer, Ost, East. They're the flowers, and the big WONS, they're the winds.
Wind. Oh, Greg wanted to know, do you know what year this was made?
I don't. I'm thinking pre-war.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks, yeah, it's beautiful.
What
Yeah.
are the mushrooms?
Sorry?
What are the mushrooms?
Oh, they're the dragons.
Oh,
Yeah. So so that's a red dragon. The shamrock is the green dragon, and and the horseshoe is the white dragon. So yeah, really very unusual.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
And are the peaches the cracks?
Apples.
I don't know which is which. You just take your pick, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that the upper left one is going to be the BAMs,
Yeah.
and then the COVID looking one, the dots. I don't know why.
Yeah, but yeah, you would just have to, make a convention.
right.
And where did you find it?
In Germany.
At an auction?
Auction site, yeah. I think, yeah.
And then here's a French dragon set that you had sent us.
Yeah, this is, I think I got this from Bill in payment for services, and it's quite a big box, a bit like the American trumpet case sets, yeah, it's very cheaply made set, wooden tiles with paper faces. That's a rubbish photo. I apologize about that, but they're really nice designs. Yeah, I don't know. Have we got anything better further down?
No, that was the best I could copy. That was the best I could copy for this set.
Is it paper on top of wood?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's oh, here you go. There you can see the designs better there. Yeah, it's a paper slip glued onto a wooden tile.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
The cracks are beautiful.
I mean, really nice. Yeah, and for such a cheap set, I mean, it's really
Great
inventive
graphics.
designs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The colors.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, the pagodas are
Yeah.
unusual on the
Wow.
Because it's paper, they could do lithographs.
Oh, yeah.
Anything they wanted there, since no carving was in.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just cut and glue, huh?
Wow, it's beautiful. It looks Japanese on the lower right there.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that the tile you're getting ready to redo, Tony?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and now thank you, Tony. And
Okay.
now we are moving on. I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. We are moving on to a video.
We want to thank Karen Robertson. She's a new guest and she's been very generous
Thank you.
sharing your pictures.
This was a roll top.
Sorry. After this, then Karen will have the pictures for you to talk about it.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
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 That's great.
Oh,
That is so neat.
Yeah.
ingenious.
Yeah.
That is good.
It was pretty amazing because when it rolls all the way to the top, it pushes the bottom drawers out.
I saw that. Yeah, that's cool.
And you could see the bottom shelf has been replaced,
Yeah, I saw that.
bottom drawer. But inside are some really cool tiles, just Bona bamboo tiles. But I'm in love with the one dragon, you know, I mean, the one BAM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's fun to play with. Oops,
Sorry.
that's
There's
all
a
right.
close-up.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and it's a nice about 75% bone, 25% bamboo. And this kind of bone feels like it's very well polished. It's smooth. You don't see very many of the little, I don't know what you call them, but they get dirt stuck in them quite often.
Peruvian lines.
Thank you. You don't see very many. There's some, but it's a nice heavy tile and it's fun to play with. And like most of the sets, you know, it doesn't have jokers, but we use stickers on the wins. We use, if I think I have 4 extra tiles, so I only need 4 jokers. So I put a little 1/4-inch dot, 1 each on a north, south, east, and west. And if you use that as a wind, you get double score, double payment. If you use it as a joker, it's just a regular joker. So that's how we can play with some of our vintage sets without any jokers.
So Gregg Swain says Phoenix won BAM with peony, king of the birds with king of the flowers. I thought that looked like a phoenix because I have a Bakelite set with a phoenix with that tail.
I love it. Is that what it's called? Phoenix? You guys have to educate me what I have here. I just like, I buy things that I like the looks of.
Phoenix with peony.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, this was my very first set that I bought that wasn't just a regular run of the mill set. And I bought it from a friend here.
Oh.
I call it
So that's
Tutti
Tutti
Frutti.
Fruity.
Yeah.
Is that
No,
box?
this wasn't at auction. I bought it from a friend.
The one before.
The one before I bought off of eBay.
Sarah, go back to the box for a second. Just so that, yeah. Tony was going to ask about the box.
Yeah, is this leather?
It is leather and it's falling apart. Every time I open it, I leave pieces on the table.
Wow. Wow.
But it is leather.
Yeah.
I don't know if the tiles were supposed to come in the box, but they fit beautifully in the box.
Look at
So
that.
Oh,
who's
painting?
Looks like Peak Farines from England.
Looks like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just fun. And I have 156 tiles.
Whoa.
Wow.
You can see the little tiny dots. Wait, go back one.
Yeah, go back. Yeah.
You can see the little tiny dots. That's the type of dots we use on the other sets that don't have jokers. We just put them on the winds and then you have jokers because there aren't very many wind hands.
Right.
That's
So,
great.
and then this one, you know, has Chinese markings. So the cracks have little numbers on them if you don't know how to read the cracks.
So pretty. And then,
This set I bought at a local antique shop And I bought it because not of the tiles, which were beautiful, but because what was underneath the tiles. And the box is falling apart, but it's fun.
Oh.
And underneath the tiles were all these bone counters in different shapes and sizes and colors. And also a French ivory dice holder. And I think the bones were just colored with like food dye or something, because if you go to one of you'll see later on the pictures that like that yellow square has a purple circle on it. So when they get wet, they sweat on one another.
Right, yeah.
This also had a few ivory counters put inside the set too, which I was shocked to see. But I just liked all the colors of the counters. The French ivory dice holder had French ivory dice. And the little dice pips are actually little jewels.
Oh, how unusual.
Lovely. That's beautiful.
Is this set from A.L. Reed?
I don't know.
That dragon logo on the box.
Is it?
I think that's his signature mark.
I've seen some of them that are gold. Mine's just faded. It's like you can feel that it's
probably been rubbed off.
Right.
Did.
Yeah.
Look at the calligraphy on some of those better time. There's some calligraphy that's beautiful.
Yeah.
On the couple of the tiles that have the number 24 on them.
24, yeah.
I don't know why. 24 period. But if anybody has any ideas, I bought it because of the counters, the discs.
No, go ahead.
I was actually going to say that on some of those counters, you can tell that they're ivory because right there on the left-hand side,
the little.
There's a crisscross.
That's
you see the crisscross right there, and that only exists in real ivory. So just if you think you have ivory, just look for a crisscross. You have to look a few times, but that's ivory if you've got that.
It was very interesting. There was an article in I forget what the magazine was, a British magazine, and it was written by a collector who runs an auction site. And he said, the most question, he said, if you think it's ivory, it's not. So this is the one rare exception where if you think it's ivory, and it is. So.
Yeah, after seeing those ivory discs, I looked at the other colored and they're definitely bone. So I was a little relieved. They're just fabulous bone discs. This was a set I just bought this past couple of weeks. It was off of eBay. And the seller bought it for $2. And I told the seller, well, you have something very, very special here. You need to rename your set. And I told them what it was. And they said, we don't care. It was $2. I said, well, it's an expensive set. And they said, we don't care. And then towards the end of the auction, the seller contacted me. There's only an hour left to go. Are you going to bid? And I said, I will. And then 10 minutes. Are you going to bid? I will. So I don't know why he was so anxious, but I bid and I won. And it's a nice pillow top set with a sprout bam.
Yeah.
That was a very lucky find.
It was.
Oh my God, how stunning.
You talking to me?
So are there stickers on top of all those tiles for flowers?
Yeah, all those, they're like, they're cut out stickers and then shellacked on. And you can see it's on top of flowers, but I had plenty of flowers, so I don't know. You can see a wind there. You can see a one dot up at the top on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a full set of tiles, so I didn't need to take the paint off for the stickers. I thought the stickers are pretty cool.
They are.
But if you could zoom in on the one bam, the carvings on these sprouts are just beautiful. I know Teresa's a fan of the sprouts, but
yes,
this is just spectacular. I don't know if
I love the sprout. I love the pillow top, everything about it.
Yeah.
And he didn't have it advertised that it was complete either.
No, and it was a mess.
No. Yeah.
Darren wanted you to zoom in on the BAMs.
Right. if you can
Sorry,
zoom
my
on the
computer
front.
was on 100% when we started and now it's on nothing. So, okay.
Well, can you see
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the
very
pictures
intricately
that show the
carved.
clarity?
Wow.
yeah,
But they're spectacular.
yeah, beautiful.
So, and it looked like it had some water damage to the case, and so I'm trying to stretch out those things to hold all the tiles. They're just paper, but that's better. Yeah, I was really happy.
Oh, wow.
And when
Somebody
I
asked
pass
how-
on, these come to Theresa. She's asked for them.
No way, I wanna.
I wanna too.
I'll
I
play
beat you to it.
Right. So, speaking of sprouts,
Nice.
we are coming out with new.
Wow.
We thought that would be, since sprout bams are so desirable, if you can't have a sprout bam set and lucky to find one like Karen did, you could have sprout bam dice.
So we're doing a different design on the Bakelite, our
Oh,
actual
gorgeous.
Bakelite than the ivory.
Actually, it looks a lot like your sprout bam.
Yeah, it does.
And
How
this
much
is
was your
awesome.
bid for the box on eBay? How much?
Oh,
was
you
it?
can look it up.
Oh, I look it up? Okay.
Uh-huh.
$1 million. Okay. No problem.
Oh,
Right.
no. I got a steal.
Good.
And I don't like to get steals very often because I feel bad. But I tried to have the seller be aware and they just weren't interested. And he paid $2, so he's very happy.
Next time you don't feel like getting a steal, pass it on to me, would you?
So,
Well,
so
often-
thank you so much, Karen. We appreciate your first part of our series. We hope you enjoy and continue to send
Oh,
us.
well, thank you
some
very
stunning
much. I appreciate
finds.
it. Thank you.
So as somebody asked in the beginning, to register for all our upcoming things on the left-hand side of Modern Mahjong, we have all our event tabs. We have our registration open for our March tournament. We have our card review on March 31st.
Hopefully.
And all the other dates. Annalise Hines, many of you might have heard of her. She is a historian and she has a new book coming out on the history of Mahjong. And that we will have a talk with her on April 21st. On May 1st, we are having our second trivia night.
Wait,
So
May
if you
5th.
guys have,
May 5th.
May 5th.
I'm sorry, May 5th. If you guys have topics that you'd like us to cover, if you haven't been to our first trivia night, it's on YouTube and you could play and pause and play along and see how well you do with our trivia questions. And we cover all, National Mahjong League, all different styles of Mahjong, everything's covered. Then our other two tournaments that we already have the dates for, May and June. And June will be our Alzheimer's
memory for
event.
Alzheimer's, right? Mhm. Yeah.
So here is our March tournament, our card review with Barney. So we had to throw in an orange.
That's depending on when we get the card. So hopefully
Oh, it's cute.
Yep.
we'll get
Here's
it.
our
When
Annalise.
will the sprout dice be available?
We are going to go as soon as we
We'll
disconnect.
put them
from
on the
here.
website after
put
we're
them
done
on the
tonight.
website.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mhm.
So none of this could be possible without all of you fabulous collectors and players joining us and taking the time to photograph your sets and video them. So we really appreciate you guys taking part.
It's a lot of work and we realize that,
Well, you put it together beautifully.
Yes, thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
So we
Lovely.
appreciate you all different time zones, staying up or staying up later. And
Good night across the pond.
Good night,
Good
Tony.
night, Tony.
Joe could have you back now.
Off to bed.
So
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us. We hope to see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bye now.
Thank you, guys.
Karen, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
As always, such fun.
Feel
On a
good,
hump day.
everybody. Francis. Take
No,
care.
I
Good night, Paul.
working
Bring
6
me some
hours.
sunshine.
Bye-bye.
please.
Thank you.
See you.
Paul never speaks. We have to hear Paul speak.
I can speak, yes. It's been known very
there he
embarrassed
goes.
about it, but you can manage, sort of. I
Okay.
like your sets, Donna. Looks lovely.
Great. I'm happy.
Anyway, I'm going to bed. Glass of wine will
Thank you.
help me. Cheers and thank you very much.
Cheers.
Really
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much. Thank you guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night, guys.
It's just great to see the sets. I swear.
And they're beautiful, just beautiful.
Living in a country that doesn't know any.
Right.
Nighty night.
Night.
I don't.